Hi friends, it's Maya here and I'm excited to be doing this video today with you guys. It's going to be 8 tips on how to improve confidence. I think confidence is something that's so important in life. It can make or break so many different chapters and so many different pathways that you take, whether you're doing a job interview, you're meeting new friends, you're networking, or really anything in life can be impacted, first impressions, by your confidence. And your sense of confidence can lead you to make certain decisions or to have certain boundaries in your life that are so important and integral to your well being. Now, I'm someone who definitely has a history of low self esteem and low confidence. So if you're looking at me and you're thinking, wow, like she must have it all, her life is so together, she's so lucky, all this stuff. Well, don't worry because I too literally was in the depths of despair, even just last week. No, but I've struggled with low self esteem through so many different chapters in my life. And this can happen for so many different reasons. I think we tend to blame ourselves for a lot of what happens to us and how we respond to the world. Because a lot of the ways that we choose to act every day are shaped by survival. We encounter obstacles as we grow and as we learn and move through the earth. And we find ways to mitigate these obstacles and to sometimes resolve them in ways that aren't so positive. And so it's important to unpack that and to see maybe why we've developed low self esteem and how that can hinder parts of our lives. I'm going to be using many different personal anecdotes throughout this video because I want to keep it personal, and I also like sharing stuff from my own past with you guys because I know that you guys can relate to it. I was definitely bullied a lot in grade school, and I was other than a lot of other people because there wasn't a lot of queer representation in my elementary school, especially this was like the early 2000s to mid 2000s to late 2000s, and it just wasn't as well known or accepted. There wasn't as much representation even in the media. And so, I just always felt kind of other than, and I definitely was made to feel a little ostracized. And I will also say I didn't have a ton of support at home either with those topics because it was just a different era. And I also had a parent who was pretty absent as well and didn't instill a lot of those foundations of self love in me. I think sometimes when your most important caregiver or caregivers aren't there to necessarily help uplift you and make you feel that sense of self worth at a base level, you start to feel like your self worth is predicated mostly on your accomplishments, achievements, and how you can serve that parent or others in your life. But that's not to say that I haven't had, a great parent that was amazing as well, which I have. But I think regardless, if you have even one parent that is more absent and doesn't instill that sense of self worth and confidence in you, that can tear you down a little bit. And so those are just like little anecdotes from my past. And I think it's so important to explore those. Definitely maybe reach out to therapy or a friend or someone, to start that stepping stone of conversation to unpack maybe some of the things that could be affecting you in your life from your childhood. But without further ado, let's jump right into my 8 tips to help you build confidence. Number 1 is to celebrate your accomplishments and to reflect on your wins. I think it's so important that we acknowledge what we have done so far. Sometimes we can get caught up in the negative and we forget about all of the amazing things we've done, and we don't give ourselves that pat on the back. For example, for myself, I haven't really had an acting role or a film role or anything like that in the past like 4 years. Sometimes I can think about that huge gap and think, wow, such a failure of me. And, what am I doing with my life? But instead of thinking of things that way, I can think back and say, hey, I starred in a feature film that was showing in theaters across Canada. I starred in a short film. I went to film school and I graduated in the 4 years for my undergrad while also doing my transition halfway through when there was no one else doing what I was doing at that time. And so I can reframe certain things and be proud of my accomplishments so far and use that to propel me to continue to accomplish. Because sometimes when we just focus on the negative or the things that aren't working out, we lose sight of the things that have worked out, and we lose the confidence to continue stepping forward. Life is not linear. Success is not linear. You're going to have ebbs and flows and ups and downs. And so I think making sure that you celebrate those ups will really inspire you to keep going. And that leads right into number 2, which is to embrace your failures and to use them as learning lessons. I have failed so hard in so many different aspects of life, whether I felt like I failed an acting scene or I failed on YouTube several times with dropping the ball on content creation, or whether I feel like I failed relationships. I was in a 6-year relationship that I feel like I held on for way too long when respect was being lost and, shit just wasn't working out. And I had to cut that and let it go, but sometimes it can feel like those failures were, just a complete waste of your time and you can ruminate on them. But rather than seeing these things as an unavoidable detriment, you can see them as the way that life was meant to be for you and as learning lessons to continue on the path and to not make the same mistakes again. I think sometimes for me, learning things the hard way is the only way because it's going to leave that lasting memory, that scar to remind you not to make those mistakes again. I have given my time to toxic men and had to learn the hard way that that is just not the right thing to do. I have fucked up in friendships and messed shit up with people, and I've had to learn the hard way how to be a nicer, more compassionate person because no one wants to be around someone who is toxic or drowning in their own problems. You have to, at some point, be accountable rather than feeling like the victim, I think. And sometimes when we have a lot of failures, we can start to feel like the victim in our own story. And I think that we need to just see it as an obstacle and a challenge on the pathway to the victory of our lives. Now, number 3 is a little more practical and a little more fun. I don't want everything to be so heavy, but using the Notes app on your phone to create outfit lookbooks. One thing that makes me feel really confident just in my day to day is feeling put together and having a great outfit. I love to express myself through fashion, and I think sometimes I can be overwhelmed by choices and options. If I just open my closet on any given day and throw together an outfit, I'm going to be looking like Ashley Tisdale on the red carpets in the 2000s. I'm going to be giving Disney star puffing out with scarves, denim, and dresses. Like, you know the vibe. You know exactly what I'm talking about. It is not going to be giving. My brain is too scattered to be able to open my closet and just like grab random things and put it together. Like, sure, maybe 1 in 10 times it'll work out, but being able to use the feature on my iPhone to just like cut out my image, and if I really like an outfit one time that I put together, I can save it and paste it as like a sticker kind of into my Notes app. And then I can be like, oh my God, I got all these fall fits laid out for me so that I can wear something to any occasion. So I'm always taking mirror selfies when I love an outfit that I'm wearing so that I can remember to wear it later. When you mix and match different combos, sometimes you'll never remember and you'll forget. You'll open your closet and just see a bunch of clothes. So it's so good for organizing. And I feel so confident when my outfit's put together. In line with fashion, I think another really important part of building your confidence and your image is accessorizing with pieces that mean something to you and that make you feel beautiful and confident. I absolutely love Ana Luisa's jewelry. I've been obsessed for years. They are a carbon neutral company with timeless pieces that will last a lifetime. I have been using their pieces, I think since like 2018, I want to say. So long. I love them. I just recently picked out a couple new pieces. This gorgeous ring here, so dainty, so feminine, so cute with little gems on it. And then I'm also wearing some of their earrings, which I picked out several years ago. And then I also have a snake ring on by them. And you guys know I love snakes. I love the meaning behind snakes. To me, it's renewal and rebirth, shedding the skin and finding this new transformative version of yourself. They represent healing and transformation to me. And so I love the snake as a motif. I also picked out this bracelet, which I think is so cute. It reminds me of this watch that I used to have, and it has such like an elegant property to it. I think Ana Luisa is great for me to build confidence because it has me feeling very elegant, put together, and it really completes my outfits. You guys can use the link in my description box down below to shop the looks at Anna Luisa's website and get 20% off. The more you buy, the more you save. You guys have to check it out. I love Anna Luisa. Not only are they really high quality pieces, but they're also very affordable. Now, number 5 is have an established self-care routine. This is so important, especially in the morning, so that you can start your day. Make sure you're not rolling out of bed at the last minute, rushing to brush your teeth, leaving the house with bedhead, and feeling totally disgruntled. I feel like I'm in such a bad mood if I don't have my moment to myself in the morning for my self-care routine, make my coffee, go to the bathroom, brush my teeth, wash my face, put on some makeup, do my little self-care routine, feel like myself, feel put together, and then go out and take the day. I think it's so important that we have these routines because it's going to make us feel more confident and more level-headed. We're not frantically racing last minute and we're giving ourselves time to be calm and collected. I never feel worse than when I'm rushing. And when I'm rushing, it's because I didn't take the time to wake up early enough or to set enough time to just get my stuff done and then have a minute to relax. Having those moments in between different tasks is so important because it gives you time to recalibrate and reset before moving to the next part of your day. A lot of you guys are with me when I'm doing my self-care routine, which is my makeup. I like to live stream with you guys here on YouTube, and it's always so nice just to touch in, chat, have a convo, a little boudoir moment when we're just vibing and, putting together our personal styles and our personal looks and just chatting about life. So reflective and so relaxing for me. Number 6 is to surround yourself with people who uplift and inspire you. We are so much the amalgamation of the company that we keep. If we're constantly surrounded by people that are belittling us, shooting us down, and making us feel like crapola, then it's never going to work out. I think back to, being in elementary school or being in environments like the gym class with the boys and whatever, and how I felt. And when you're surrounded by negativity and persecution in so many mean ways, it has a very real effect on you in the way that you carry yourself. And so I think it's so important that when you do reach an age where you can make more executive decisions about who you surround yourself with, you make sure you're not just people pleasing and you're actually spending time with people that mean something to you and that make you feel good about yourself. You don't want those covert, jealous friends that are saying nasty things behind your back, and maybe they're always having criticism of you and everything that you do. And, you just don't need that vibe in your life. You want friends that are constructive and helpful, but you also want friends that are going to inspire you in positive ways and create positive vibes. If you're always around someone who's negative, then you're going to start to feel negative and you're start going to be doing negative things, and it's just never going to break the cycle. So always try to surround yourself with people that inspire you. Number 7 is to treat others with kindness. Be the example of compassion that you want to see in the world, and others will take inspiration from you and you will help create that atmosphere that you seek. I think there's nothing more beautiful and more confident than when people can respond to hate or to animosity or to conflict with kindness and level-headedness. I am working on taking a more gentle approach. As someone who's been a content creator for 10 years now, I have been dealing with hate my entire online life. So many mean things people say, so many nasty words. And I was great in the beginning because I was fresh, but I would say in the last couple of years, I've become a little more sassy and a little bit more nasty responding to hate comments. And I lost my cool a few times, and I am not proud of that. And I think rather than reaching that point, I'd just rather unplug and recalibrate and respond with kindness because from my experience in life, when someone is trying to tear you down and you respond with kindness, it gives them no option but to feel bad about the way they're treating you and others and to reflect on their actions. Because when you treat others with kindness, you can't really go wrong. And a lot of people act out from a hurt place. They are put down by someone else in their life, and they want other people to feel as miserable as they feel. And so if you can break that cycle for them and you can respond with kindness, then they might turn around and look to you for support and look to you as someone to admire. I've been in situations where I've felt, really disheartened and really unhappy, and I've said something mean to someone. And when they respond to me with kindness, I am blown away. And I am like, wow, like this is a stable person. This person knows what's up. They're classy, they're elegant, and they have their life together. And not only that, they're compassionate. And this is someone I want to spend time with because it means that they're able to take a minute to assess the situation, not take things so personally, not escalate the nastiness, and be very mature about everything and have kindness in their heart. And I think that's so sweet. So always treat others with kindness and always try to move through the world with the compassionate lens. And my last tip for today to help you with your confidence is to think of someone that you really admire. It could be someone in your community, someone in your family, maybe someone at school who is super popular but super nice and everyone likes them. Maybe it's a celebrity that you look up to. It could be anyone really. You don't even really have to know them that well, but just think about why you admire them. List those qualities and figure out which ones are important to you and then embody them because we can be anything we want to be. We can be that confident person that we admire. We just have to become aware of what makes them confident because sometimes all it is a little bit of self-love. And maybe we're dealing with low self-esteem. We need to have that positive self-affirmation for ourselves and just know that we have inherent value regardless of how we look, regardless of how much money we have, any of those superficial factors. And I used to do this as well, like when I first started working in the service industry, hospitality, I was kind of like insecure. I was like, I don't enjoy that people can look at me 24/7. I don't like being perceived all the time. And then I said to myself, well, there's so many other people I'm working with that are totally fine with it. And they're confident and they're cool and they're collected. And why can't I do that? Why can't I embody that? Maybe sometimes part of the confidence is just not caring anymore. If someone were to say something to you that's your worst fear, like say for me, someone was to say like, oh my God, you look really manly, or oh my God, you're really ugly, or your shoulders are huge, or, any kind of insecurities that I might have personally. And then I say, well, so what? Having big shoulders isn't a crime. Having a deeper voice isn't a crime. Regardless of how you view me, I'm still a human being and I'm worthy of love and respect. And so these superficial aspects that you're calling out say more about you and your superficial observations than they do about me because I'm just here as a human being on this earth first and foremost. So sometimes playing out in your head the worst case scenario can make you realize that, hey, it's not so bad. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Once again, I have a link in my description box for Anna Luisa 20% off. Beautiful, gorgeous jewelry, carbon neutral, timeless pieces that will last you through the ages. And you can express yourself in unique ways and you can let your confidence shine through. I never feel more put together than when I have my full set on and I just feel elegant, glamorous, and glowing. Let me know what you guys thought of today's video. I feel like this self-help style is kind of fun because not only do I feel like it could potentially help some other people who are going through shit that I've gone through, but it's also a good reflection for me as well and to remind myself of some of these things. Because like I said, it's not linear. We go through ebbs and flows with confidence, with success, with happiness. We're human beings. We're turbulent creatures. And so sometimes making this kind of content is just as much for me as it is for others. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye.